Jacksonville is a really cool city to live in and minister in because of the diversity of people. The beach and the downtown and the river just kind of creates these different pockets of different types of cultures.
Jacksonville is a diverse city, but it's pretty segregated.
There's a lot of brokenness, systemic brokenness, generational brokenness. There is really great need amongst the young people in Jacksonville for the gospel.
There is spiritual opposition to what we're trying to do in people's lives. Even with all those challenges, we're hopeful.
My husband and I moved to Jacksonville and we pioneered the ministry at UNF.
When we got here, there was no collegiate Navigator presence, nothing going on. I remember praying for 8 men to be in Bible study that first year. And so to see us go from 8 to a couple hundred at UNF has been so exciting. Each of those people represents someone who could help someone else, who could help someone else. So I'm thrilled with what God's doing at UNF right now.
We encourage ourselves and encourage our staff and students to keep one-on-one discipleship really simple.
If that's bringing them from just one tiny bit closer, I think that's discipleship. It doesn't have to be some intense formal thing. It can be very simple.
Getting to do discipleship here on campus with our students, it's just really fun. Continuing to give them these tools, we're able to help equip them to be able to continue to make disciples wherever they go.
What we long to see are people that will make disciples for the rest of their lives. Our vision, our calling is a long-term vision, even if that looks a little different through the seasons of life. In Jacksonville, there's this strong collegiate ministry, but there's also these amazing ministries among immigrants, among the churches. There's military ministry. The idea is all of us can make disciples.
Coming into college, I did not know how to interact with other Christians. I did not know how to share my faith. I didn't know how to pray. I didn't know how to read my Bible. I was taught all of that through the Navigators. Being discipled in the collegiate ministry at Navs, I was just shown deep care, and my life has been transformed through that. That was beat into my heart all throughout college, and it is continuing to be the drumbeat in my life forever. Now I make disciples in my church, in my work, in my neighborhood because of what I was taught through the Navigators.
So I'm a therapist for kids who are in foster care. And I see just some of the most broken situations and places. It can be pretty overwhelming. So I'm just grateful that with my time involved with the Navigators, I was able to learn how to spend time with the Lord daily, which I think really helps me to maintain joy in the midst of all this sorrow, but also ways to pass this along to the next generation, to the kids that I work with, or to my siblings.
Having the experience of investing in college students while I was in college and then as I went on staff has carried over into my busy life now of being a mom of 3 young girls and being a neighbor. Being intentional with my neighbors has been such a blessing to me and a blessing to them.
So in my neighborhood, it seems like everybody's from a different country. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. After I graduated college, I realized that the Lord had really broken my heart for the nations. And I had prayed that the Lord would bring me to a neighborhood where there was going to be lots of people from different neighborhoods, only to realize after we started talking to our neighbors that the Lord had really answered that prayer to be intentional, just to have intentional relationships with people from all different backgrounds. I am hosting monthly barbecues in my front yard. And so we'll go around the neighborhood and we'll just invite people. And it's been so encouraging because at first, my wife and I were kind of, we just felt like we were imposing on people and that they didn't want to be bothered. But after we've done it a couple times, they are like so excited and delighted that we've come and talked to them. And they say, we've lived in this neighborhood for 20 years and nobody's come and talked to us. And it just seems like the easiest thing. We're doing it with our Bible study at church, and they're helping us reach my neighborhood.
With the event Cultivating Kingdom, I am praying that these alumni would feel encouraged in the things that they're doing.
When they're alone, people give up. And so one of the key, if not the key factor in keeping this vision is staying connected to other disciple makers.
It's been really great to continue to be invested in and discipled by the Navigators. I expect that it'll probably be a lifelong journey with them, and I had no idea that was going to happen when I met Alex Ellis my freshman year of college.
I am so encouraged by how many alumni are just excited to be a part of what God's doing.
There's so much important work that people are doing in Jacksonville, and I think it's really important for us to gather together and come together and encourage one another in what we're doing. Gathering together like this is just a really great picture of the Navigators here in Jacksonville. It doesn't just stop on college campuses, but it's a community thing.
As I look forward, I'm really expectant to see what God has in store for Jacksonville.
What we long to see is that people would know Jesus, love Jesus, and help others do the same for the rest of their lives.